we're back out here in the area right beside my house where I've been watching the wild barley and wheat. The wheat I planted here some years ago. The barley is everywhere, it's volunteer. Been watching it since November, and I want to show you that just now on this tall end where the early grains came out, we're starting to see that the fruiting heads are just now exiting the plant. Hang on. Let me get in here. See, this is the tall end. That's the tree end. It's a tall end. Let's go right up here. I'm gonna see. Pull that in. Those hairs right there. Those hairs right there coming up out of the plant. Those hairs right there coming up out of that plant. All out there, I can see the barley is just coming out. Right now, its fruiting heads are just coming out. All those leaves right here that are standing straight up, you're going to see the barley come out in a day or two, probably tomorrow. There's another one right there. There's another one right there. So I'll do the calculations on this, and I will let you know how many days this was above. And look at the wind. We have wind today. The wind is great. It begins to dry out the earth. There's another one right there that begins to dry out the earth, and as soon as this earth starts drying out and there's no more rain coming down, the barley gets busy and puts the fruiting head out. There's another one right there. Go up over here. I was even noticing, you want to know how much the rain signals the barley to do what it should. This end is probably a month younger being out of the ground than the far end. And if we look, you will see that even this stuff that came out later is right now putting out its head. It's this tall, and the other stuff is that tall. All of this right here as well is putting on its fruiting head. So, beloved, we have this year verifiable evidence that it's the rain that literally controls what the barley will do, the lack of rain that controls the timing, the shutting off of the rain that causes the fruiting head to grow. That Zadoks scale, I'm so sorry, it needs to go in the trash. It needs to go in the trash, and it needs to stay there. This area is right across from my house. I see 7 days a week. I know nothing that came up here has died. I know it's all lived for the entire time. I know this end came up first, and I know this short end came up much later. And yet it was the shutting off of the water on both ends of this area that has brought forth the fruiting heads of the barley. It's Elohim who sends rains from his chambers and brings forth fruit from the earth. The Zadoks scale is toilet paper. November 26th was when I took the photo that the barley had broken the surface of the earth. And so you can actually see that the Zadoks scale starts when the seed is in the earth. So I have the arrow pointing in between the seed and the 10 days growth. And that's the truth of what we saw in that first photo. Now we're looking at today, March 5th, and the barley on the tall end, the far end, has been standing above the earth for 99 days. And yet you see that the barley where it's at right now, according to the Zadoks scale, should only be 49 days old. That is just a little quick update as we follow this barley this year, and look at how long it will take for it to mature into what we would say would be a Vive. Divisible by the fingernail, plenty of starch inside, no water left. And that will probably be our last video of the year on this area of barley. But for me, it is very exciting to see what Elohim does on his land to bring forth his Moedim that he prepared for his people. Thanks for stopping by and nerding out with me on the land of Israel and the wild barley.